Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Starcraft 2. I am your host, Zoronden, and you are tuned into yet another game sent in by the fans to Zoronden@gmail.com. Today, we are going to have a Masters League game on Metropolis, and let's check out the combatants. If I can bring up that bar. There it is, in the middle right, we have EliteKhorix from Clan Elite Gaming, so that'll be Khorix, the green Zerg. And in the middle left, that'll be the yellow Protoss, MorNin. Good morning. I don't know why I decided to do that, but anyways, I'm going to speed the game down to regular speed, and we will get into the action here. I do have the production tab up in the top right, or top left corner rather, and we do have a spawning pool going down for Khorix rather. And some fairly fast Zergling coming out of Khorix. 14 pool. Well, 13 pool, I guess, with the Lings on production. But you get the point. He is scouting with his Overlord this way, and his drone should be discovering MorNin's base right here. We do have a Forge before Gateway on the way. It looks like he is going to be grabbing a fast expand. However, Khorix is done a little bit of blocking. However, MorNin is going to sweep right in there, and he does indeed get his Nexus planted. And a little bit of tag going on by the two workers here. However, I see something across the map, and that is a probe being escorted by two Zerglings across the map. The probe divulges a little bit, but that is okay because the Zerglings are more interested in hitting up the base. They want to try and take down this photon cannon so he can continue this early on harass. However, with these probes off the line, that is going to be nigh impossible to stop. However, probe does go down. Can he get any more probes? Ling does go down, and he's going to pull out. However, that does make an advantage to Khorix there, as he did kill a probe and only lost a Ling. And he indeed did force MorNin to build a photon cannon. However, MorNin was probably going to build that anyway, so that's not really a loss there for MorNin. And MorNin is now grabbing a gas, and EliteKhorix is grabbing his natural, as well as he has a queen out. No other tech just yet on the way. We do have a gateway. Second gateway? No, just the first gateway on the way for MorNin. A few more pylon to mostly block this. I'm not sure if that's completely blocked. Obviously, with a Zealot, it should do the trick there. Elite is going to, or Khorix is going to sit on that watchtower with his remaining Zergling, get some nice vision. His Overlord looks like he might be migrating north, probably going to sit, or at least possibly going to sit on this third to watch that, and that's a pretty good call, as MorNin will probably expand there if he does indeed want to grab a third. And there is a Cyber Core going down for MorNin, so fairly typical play out of MorNin. He does indeed have a Zealot along the way, and we should see Warp Gate out of him as soon as that Cybernetics Core is done. No gas yet for Khorix. Now that is a little bit of an interesting decision. I would expect gas out of him any second now. He has grabbed a fast third before the 6-minute mark, so he's definitely going for high-end economy as well as production. Obviously, with being Zerg, he's going to need all those larvae, and he's definitely going to have quite a few of them, as is the case. And MorNin's getting a little excited. He's sending out that Zealot, quite possibly going to take down this Ling to take this tower. If Khorix is on his toes, he will pull that Ling back, as he does not need to sacrifice it endlessly. And it looks like he might actually just end up using it for scouting, which isn't a bad call. You can pretty much guess that he's only got one Zealot out at the time, and that probably means you can get your Ling in. However, with that Stalker right there and the cannon as well, that Ling is going to go down quite easily and gets no valuable information. I don't even think he found out about the Cyber Core. But he did. Alright, so a little effective scouting. Obviously with the Stalker out, though, he knew the Cyber Core was up, so not a big issue for MorNin, allowing him to see that. It looks like this probe is going to set up a proxy pylon, and Elite might be in some trouble, as MorNin's going to do a little bit of that early one Zealot, one Stalker harass. However, with Queens on the field, that harass is a lot harder to perform. And is he going to find this third? He's kind of running up here. He's going to plant that proxy right in that corner, and that's going to allow him to see the creep and know that that third is there. And indeed, that is the case. You can clearly see that creep. He's going to need to do something about that, whether it's expand himself or take it out with some nice harass. He's got plenty of gates on the way. Warp gate is now now finished. He's got an upgrader for 1 attack on the way as well. Gateways all converting into warp gates. We should have a wave come in, and he quite possibly will try to make an attack there. Might take out the rocks, however, probably not, as he's not currently attacking him. Looks like he's going to go triple zealot, swing around here, and this might just be the attack we're waiting for. However, with 2 queens, could be an issue. However, he needs to back them off. Oh, and Roach is coming in there, and that's going to effectively pretty much stop this attack. The second queen, 4 roaches, going to do the trick. Even more drones coming in, but they're probably transferring, not attacking, as is the case. And those all go down. That attack is defeated quite easily. However, that pylon is still there, and actually one of the zealots did not commit, so he's still alive as well. And I don't think MorNin has been discovered. Indeed not. EliteKhorix has not seen that pylon. He might have heard it go up, but he definitely doesn't see it there. So he does not realize that attack came from that. And this zealot, I gotta think he's trying to scout, because he's gonna sacrifice himself to the machine here. However, he does indeed get a Ling and 2 Ling kills, 3 Ling kills. What should have done no damage ends up killing 3 Lings. And EliteKhorix now suspects that pylon is there. If not, he's seen it. And there he does, of course, see it, and he's going to take that down. Let's go down and look at MorNin's base. Been a while since we've been here. He's got some pylons going up for a little bit of vision, as well as food. And Immortal has just popped out. That is obviously going to be some important play down here. There's the second one as well. Quite a few sentries. Oh my gosh, 8 sentries. They're obviously going for those rocks. He has established his third. It is just finished. He's already thrown up a few cannons for defense, as well as some assimilators, so he's going to go into gas fairly soon. That icon, the icon for that supply depot looks yellow on the minimap. Whatever the case is, EliteKhorix did indeed station his overlord over here, so he already knows this is here. Now, a few stalkers warping in. I assume they're going straight for that overlord, and indeed that is the case. He should get away without dying. Yes, indeed he does. And if he sits there happy for a few minutes, or forever rather, he'll be just fine. And looks like EliteKhorix is moving out for some sort of attack. These overlords have nothing in them. I'm not sure what they're up to. Maybe just high ground vision. I don't think we have any Nidus worms on the map or anything. And those cannons easily defend this for the moment. However, here come roaches and more Lings. However, with 3 immortals and 8 sentries, and as well as a few cannons, this is going to be hard for EliteKhorix to break. And those very nice force fields blocking off EliteKhorix. A few kind of wasted force fields, but still doing the job. Farting EliteKhorix out of the third. Yeah. That's a thing. And so he's successfully done that and warped in more stalkers. I don't know what's going on with the words there. And the overlords are still sitting there, but it looks like he's moving all the units into position to make a nice roach drop. We're going to be looking at somewhere around 24 roaches or so. And that is going to do some nice damage. MorNin is completely out of position. His entire army is all the way down at the third. 2 bases out of the way, and he very well might be able to pop a Nexus here. The army is still not on the way. Here comes the drop right on the probe line. These probes are going to be so dead. Many, many probes going down. He now needs to try and focus on this Nexus. Do not chase those probes. MorNin's army is moving up from the third. They're in the natural at the moment, and he's going to pop that Nexus quite easily. Now the optimal decision would be to load up and leave. However, with the stalkers here, that would be kind of dangerous. You could lose a lot of units easily. An Immortal pops out. And he's going to, or not an Immortal, a Colossi pops out. But the roaches are insistent on targeting buildings. They want to do as much permanent damage as they can instead of unit damage. The overlords have escaped, at least some of them. Did he not take them all in? He didn't take them all in. In fact, he missed 4 roaches, which could actually be a good thing at this moment, as obviously he lost them all there. It looks like a few more dropped in the natural. Did a little bit of damage there, not much. Did I hear a gateway convert into a warp gate? That's interesting. Anyways, we're going to have some more roach drop, it appears. He's found the 4 roaches he forgot. Is he going to target that natural again? It looks like that is the case, and MorNin's army has moved out again. However, warping right on top of the roaches is going to end badly for them. We're going to have to watch MorNin's army. It is walking across the map at this time. A few probes have been killed by the roaches. They had a nice little pin off there, and not all the zealots could hit them. About 3 to 4 roaches went down there. Proxy pylon warps in for MorNin, and he is pressing here. That queen easily popped in half. Oh no, the infestors! Oh, they almost... Oh, one goes down, easily handed away. A second is going to go down with only popping out one sad little infested Terran. However, the roaches perform a little flank over here, taking out a few stalkers. However, the Colossi are doing nice damage to the roaches, and MorNin needs to kind of consolidate his army. A few reinforcement lings popping out, doing what they can. However, it is getting difficult for Elite at this moment. And then Immortal does go down. That is a nice hit for EliteKhorix, but I think he's going to lose a base here. That is getting dangerous, especially with MorNin having a proxy pylon so close and getting reinforcements. This natural here is in trouble, or third rather. However, we do have a fourth on the way for EliteKhorix, and that third does indeed get popped. However, some of the drones are trying to survive. No burrow research for him, so that is not an option. MorNin is going to choose to go for the rocks here and go for the unsaturated fourth. Maybe not the best decision, but he is indeed still going to pop out a hatchery, which is always good. Something you always want to do. Again, that supply depot got me. I thought it was the thing down there. Quite a few roaches and lings coming in here. However, MorNin still has the superior force. However, EliteKhorix got a nice surround there. He has taken down an Immortal, which is going to help as well. He's going to pull back, though. And a Blinken does some nice damage, popping off a few extra roaches. Oh, and those drones just sadly sacrificing themselves in unnecessary damage. One did manage to escape. However, quite a few are still doing long-distance mining. EliteKhorix is going to want to get them off of that job. That is not a productive thing. And he actually saved a queen and some drones by picking them up in Overlords. That was a very nice move. However, EliteKhorix is in deep, deep trouble here. He needs to find a way to stop MorNin's army. And if he can get off some nice fungals here, that might do the trick. Oh, and he goes for infested Terran instead, loses one of the infestors. And the infested Terran aren't even going to be able to do anything, as this whole army is now pretty much out of range. They might get in a little shot. The roaches are popping off all the valuable targets, so all that's left is stalkers. The infested Terran's finally getting into range, but MorNin just moves out of it again. Well, roaches might be coming back in. That would be a foolish move at this time. And there goes the infested Terran. And with that, MorNin's going to walk right back into the action. He has warped in more troops. Still all stalkers, definitely going for the Blink Stalker army at this time. Here come roaches and lings yet again, and instantly back off. They still do not want a piece of that. And I'm still looking for that magic fungal growth. That is what needs to happen right in the middle of that. It would be so disgusting. And look at this, a little ling harass going across the map. What should be 8 lings is only going to be 7. However, he's going to roll into a third here that has 3 cannons now, in fact, as well as a small army. However, he has caught the just built. Oh, and it doesn't even get a cancel. The just built fourth MorNin without a cancel. Sour about that. The lings do go down, but they got their work in. And look at that. MorNin is pulling back his entire army to kill an ling. That is a bad mistake on his end. That stalker goes down. Got a little scouting information. MorNin does know that that third has gone back up now. And he might want to go and kill that, as well as a fourth going up for EliteKhorix. Of course, MorNin's not going to know anything about that. And oh my god, Ultralisk! My favorite unit being built right now by EliteKhorix. I am excited and already a fan of EliteKhorix. I'm a little biased towards any player that does indeed build some Ultralisks. And there they are, right about to pop out of its little egg. Oh, how did it get so big out of that tiny, tiny egg? Oh, you gotta love Ultralisks. They're so much fun, so destructive, and a small group of Ultralisks could whip through this Stalker army, especially backed by this many lings and roaches. Oh, but he is gonna reveal the Ultralisks. That was an unnecessary thing. A little telling. However, this Obs is probably gonna find him. However, he does have I saw an observer. There it is. Not an observer, an overseer accompanying this army. It looks like just 2 ultis are going to accompany this army for the minute. There's a third one joining the fray. However, he's kind of back and forth trying to decide if he wants to attack. Quite a few lings rush down here, take a stalker out. Easy peasy. And really unfortunate, MorNin had a very nice advantage and has just decided not to take it. He's sending little stalkers all over the map, getting nice scouting information, but not really accomplishing anything because his main army's not attacking. Now, he's pushing this army. He's pulling it to and fro. He can get it all the way over to this 4th. He could blink up into the first, or into the main, and do some nice damage. He could wait till that army gets all the way over there and swap over to the 4th, blink in, do some damage. However, he has not done anything like that, not done any harassing. He loses another unit that's basically just scouting, sitting on the tower, is scouting. So now EliteKhorix has built up a very nice army. He's pretty much maxed, and he's going to be ready to assault this nearly maxed Protoss army, actually, which is quite dangerous. He's going to need to not throw away his Ultralisk. Oh my god, a Blinken kills the Ultralisk without even attacking. Here goes EliteKhorix going for it. Let's bring... Oh my gosh, I still can't bring down my HUD. Anyways, the army's going through here, and the lings are all gone. A few roaches remain. The Ultralisks are doing damage. However, those Colossi do serious damage to the Ultralisks, and they do have to back off. And Infestor's getting popped off by the Blink Stalkers. Unfortunate about that. He may even pick off this Ultralisk. He does! Oh, EliteKhorix losing so many troops. This is very unfortunate to see. And why couldn't I bring down my HUD? Sorry, I hit escape there. I do not know what's going on there. I'm going to have to check my hotkeys after this game. I'm not going to do it during it. So we'll just keep going here. I don't know what's going on here. Let's get off of EliteKhorix vision because I'm tired of seeing those pointy lines of him trying to figure out what he's doing. And this game is going quite late into late game, obviously with Ultralisks and Immortals on the field. However, only a couple Immortals. There actually are quite a few more Ultralisks than Immortals. We're looking at 6 Ultralisks at the moment, 3 more on the way. We're going to be looking at 9 Ultralisks. That is going to be insane. Again, Ultralisks are amazing. So much fun to watch those bad boys go to town, and we do indeed have Greater Spire on the way. I'm suspecting as such. So we're going to have to watch and see if he chooses to go into Broodlords. And if he has Broodlords and Ultralisks, oh my god, I will not know how to react to that. That is just a death ball. Heck, this is a death ball, let alone a Broodlord Ultralisk army. And here comes some scout lots. I'm not sure I would want to sacrifice 6 scout lots, but these lots are going to get cleaved in half. Don't even know. They killed about 3 lings, maybe 4. And MorNin's just going to sit back again. Just happy having his picnic time at the Xel'Naga Watchtower. Here we go. Looks like we might finally get that big engagement that we've been waiting for. Ultralisk versus Overlord, or Overlord Archons. There, I did it again. If you haven't seen, I did Overlord Archon thing a long time ago. It's a mind flub. Anyways, that Ultralisk goes down. It looks like they're unwilling to engage. A nice little storm there catching the back of the Ultralisk. Somewhat of a choke here, being quite sour for EliteKhorix. He does not like that. MorNin is taking a mop up here. He is definitely doing some serious damage. And, morphing in Broodlords right on top of him. Not going to end well for those Broodlords. They get off a few shots, but they are quickly dead. And MorNin is mopping up EliteKhorix here. It looks like MorNin might take it. I'm not sure. It's getting awfully down to the line here. I don't know how EliteKhorix can pull this off. He has so few units at this time. And right there, EliteKhorix does indeed pull out of this game. And wow, that was well played by both players. Obviously, EliteKhorix, a lot of fun with your Ultralisks. That was great. And MorNin, just solid play all around. Took out the 3rd and 4th there earlier. That probably clinched him the game. Just well played. Obviously grabbing a 5th, indeed great as well. So I want to thank both players for a well-played game. Again, that was a Masters League game. And I am, of course, Zoronden. I want to thank everybody for viewing this game. If you liked it, please do thumbs up and subscribe. If you want me to cast some of your StarCraft 2 matches, I will take a look at them. Send them in to Zoronden@gmail.com. That, of course, is in the information below. And I will catch all of you on the other side.